Hey guys, sorry this video didn't go up on Thursday night. It's going up Friday morning, so our video won't be up on Saturday but Sunday. Sorry, had a rough night last night. Anyway, thanks for being so understanding. I appreciate you all, and if you're a new subscriber, thank you. If you've been here a while, thank you. Again, you all know you have my heart. I'll see you Sunday. Bye-bye. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Creativity and Inspiration. I'm Lisa, and this is our Wednesday, which is probably going to end up being Thursday video, all about art. And like I told you on Monday, today we're going to compare watercolor, acrylics, and oil paints. And kind of see how they act, how, controllable they are, and see which ones I like best. So, it'll be fun. But I gotta clear space, and I probably won't finish filming today. It's Wednesday because hubby has a doctor's appointment. Yeah, we do a lot of doctor's appointments. But stick around if you like vloggy sort of style. I don't really vlog you. I don't really take you anywhere because wherever I go is like a doctor's office, and you can't film in those. But and maybe this weekend I'm going to bring you, if I start to get all this kind of cleaned up. This part over here is good. I kind of want to organize my paints better. This shelf right here, which you can't see at all, is great. The shelf with the sewing stuff is great. Then the rest is kind of chaotic. So we're going to fix that. But it's probably going to storm tonight too. You notice my hair, I washed it this morning. So it's a little frizzy from being washed, but I also think it's the weather. It's very humid here. And it's that muggy humid that we are starting to get cool. And next week, we have a day with a high in the 50s. I'm excited. I like winter clothes. As you know, it's in the 80s. I still got my long sleeve on. I like winter. And I teach my class tonight, my core and more. And I'm actually going to teach a fitness Pilates core version, so I think it'll be different. If you come to any of my fitness classes, I always teach a different class every time. It's not the same class, and you might have one exercise that carries over, but you're not going to have a whole bunch. I go to a lot of prep for these because I really love teaching. I did want to show you a couple of things I've got, because I started doing still lifes because I watched that artist Sandy Hester. But I really like doing still lifes. It just gives you a chance to switch your brain. You can put in whatever you want. I'm also going to go out and do a couple of landscapes just in parks around, because I think that would be good for my brain too, to kind of switch it up. I'm still working on a huge solo show, which I'm not showing anybody. You've seen glimpses here and there, but not a lot because I haven't pitched it yet and got it all, hammered in. I mean, the idea's all there, but where is it? Why am I saying so much? But where am I going to show it first? I have to get all the details in. But let me show you some items that I got for still lives. I got these grapes off Amazon. I'll, of course, link them below. And they're just purple with little leaves and green. So, yep. Happy with those. Not happy with this bag, but I just have them in here so I can find them. And then, you might have seen this if you follow me on Instagram, my art Instagram, Lisa's Style Art. But this is a beautiful platter I got. I love it. It's like an artwork itself. And I thought, oh, that would be fun to draw and paint. So I got this at our local antique mall. It was in the 75% off section. So it was listed at $5, and then it was 75% off. So I got it for $1.35. It has some chips in it, but I mean, when you're, let's see if I can get that. It has some chips in it, but you know, when you're creating a still life, you don't really care. Chips add interest. I just had to give it a home. I hated to think that it was just going to be thrown away. It's huge. It is. Let's see if we can measure it here. It is 18 inches long and 14 inches wide. And it's heavy. It's a real pottery. So, I'm excited. In fact, while we're comparing all three, while we're comparing our oil, water, and acrylic paint, I thought I should paint the same thing with each one. That way I can't say, that way nobody can say, oh, you paint something different. You know, it was easier to paint with this versus this. So, I'm going to paint this with all three. And I'm pretty excited about it because I haven't painted it yet. So, I'm not going to do a whole still life. I'm just going to paint the platter. I need to go to the thrift store and get like, I want a pottery type pitcher and some other things that I can just keep and use for still lifes over and over. And this definitely will be used over and over. But anyway, so I'm going to paint this in all three mediums and just see which one I like best. That way everything will be really consistent. And to do that, I'm going to use, the only thing is I'm not going to use the same paper because watercolor is very wet. So what I'm going to do is use the paper for the right medium. That way I can't say, well, I don't like this one because it doesn't look right, because it'll be on the proper medium. So for the watercolor paper, for the oils, I have my mixed media paper, which is good for everything. And I was going to do my acrylic on here. I want to get one painting with it huge, so the last one with acrylics I'm going to do in my big sketchbook, which I'm pretty excited about because I've been wanting to put it in there and I just haven't had time. Excuse me. So that is what this vlog is going to all be about, except I do have to go take him, and it's 2:30. Then by the time we get back, I'll have to cook dinner for him real quick and go teach my core class. So I don't think I'm going to start any of the actual painting today. His appointment's at 3 and we need to leave in 10 minutes, so I wouldn't get anywhere near. Oh, let me go ahead and show you the paints I'm going to be using. Okay, my watercolors you've seen a lot if you've been on my channel at all. It's this little thing I got right here from Amazon. Very inexpensive, whatever. Probably the lowest price for a big one with a lot of colors is. My acrylics, of course, are the different brands, but they all look basically, maybe some bigger balls, but they all look the same. They're all the same. So that's my acrylic paint. 98 cents a bottle. Not a costly acrylic paint at all. And then this is the oils I'm using. Castle Arts oils. I'll see if they came from Amazon. If not, I'll just tell you where they came from and link it below. They might come from Michael's. I'm not 100% sure. I've used this set. I have a few sets. I've used this one, so I thought I would go ahead and use it again. I did recently find out that a very simple way to clean your oil brushes, you don't have to have like mineral spirits or other things that are chemicals. You can use Dawn dish soap. So after I do the painting with oils, we're going to clean my brushes with Dawn dish soap and we'll see how it goes. It makes sense that oil paint would come out with Dawn dish soap because they clean the little duckies in the oil spills with it. So I'm thinking it's going to work great. We'll see. but I have high hopes because the chemicals, I have migraines, and a lot of times my migraines will be kicked off by smells. And those are definitely a smell that would kick off. Like, I would have to literally go paint this out in the garage. Put my little TV tray out there with my chair and paint out there. So hopefully we don't have to do that. We're going to see. I'm going to pick some, I have tons of paintbrushes. And we're going to try the Dawn dish soap. So anyway, I promise I'll move my cup tomorrow or whenever I decide we're going to paint, which I want to do right now, but yeah, we got 6 minutes till we go. So anyway, guys, I hope that everything's going well for you. I hope your art or your creative spirit is happy and well fed. I am doing the book The Artist Way. I've seen a lot of painters do it lately. So I thought, okay, I'll try this. I actually like it. I do it every morning. I don't have creative block. I don't hold myself back from creating, but I still like it. And I don't know. I can see where it's really good if you have creative block. Fortunately, when I get creative block, I have several ways I get out of it. If y'all want to know how I get out of creative block, leave a comment down below. How do you get out of your painting creative block? And I'll share. Also, if you'd like to see some art books that I get inspiration from, or books that I take inspiration from, just as far as like colors and just, books I like related to art, comment books down below. I'm happy to share any of this. I just don't want to share it if you guys are going to be bored. And speaking of bored, I'm just done chatting. We will do this video filming probably tomorrow, Thursday, and then I will edit and get it up for you guys. Again, we're going to compare oils, water, and acrylic and see how it does. And we're going to be painting my beautiful platter that I got for $1.35. So take care today, guys. I will see you tomorrow and we will paint. Bye-bye. Hey guys, so it's the next day. It's Thursday. And this is going to go up today, I promise. Gosh, my glasses are dirty again. I cleaned them really good yesterday. So today we are painting that beautiful platter with 3 different types of paint. We're going to use acrylics, oils, and watercolors. Now, I was thinking about this, and I kind of said yesterday, like, I'm going to paint it all the same way so I can see how they compare. But I got to thinking about this last night, and they're all different. They're all very different mediums. They all feel very different on a brush. They all act very different on paper. And I think I would be doing a disservice to the paints and to you guys if I said I'm going to paint these all 3, the platter, all 3 with the different paints the same way. Because they're not all meant to be used the same way, okay? They have different textures, different consistencies. They feel different on a brush. They even speak to me differently. And I know that probably sounds weird, but it's true. Like watercolor to me, because I am not a watercolorist by any means. My skills in watercolor are very, very beginner, just going into intermediate. Okay, it's not really something that I enjoy working with very much. But I thought it would be fun to try this platter because this platter to me looks watercolor. But to me, watercolor, for myself, lends itself more to abstraction almost, or very, very loose interpretation, okay? And if you saw my video last week, I talked about different art styles, and I talked about loose and tight. And again, loose is where you have a very loose interpretation of something. Yes, it's the platter. Yes, but it's not all the exactness, okay? It doesn't have all the little details, where a tight painting has every, like, little chip on it, every little mark, every little detail, okay? It's an exact copy. Tight is trying to be like if I took a photograph of it, where loose is, yes, I see it, it's beautiful, I love it, but here's my interpretation of it. And to me, watercolor is a very loose medium. Like I said, probably because I'm not a watercolorist. I paint with watercolors, and there's a huge difference. There are some beautiful watercolorists. I am not one. So I was thinking I would do the watercolor painting of this beautiful platter the way I see it. So that's great. Acrylics and oils will be more similar, because I am going to do more detailed work with both of those. They will be different, but they will be extremely similar. And I think that way, using these paints the way I would use them, I can give you a more honest answer of, one, how I liked them, and you'll see more honest paintings of how I would paint with them. I hope all that makes sense. Anyway, let's get started. What I've decided we're going to do is, first we're going to do the watercolor. Second, we're going to do the oil paint, because I really want to test out if Dawn dish soap will get oil paint out of my paintbrushes. Because I might actually paint with oils more if it does. I told you the whole migraine smell thing yesterday. And then acrylics are last. And I'm doing acrylics last because that's the medium I paint with all the time. All the time. So let's jump in. And don't forget, guys, I have these beautiful postcards up on my website, and the shipping's included in them, so it's just tax, and that's it. So head over there and order yours today. I'm throwing these in envelopes, guys. Like I said, they're just going to be mailed with a stamp. So, but no, I'm not going to round them back. I'm going to put them in an envelope. But go check them out and get yours today. All right, let's start. My brushes right here. All right, let me show you this tray again. Gorgeous tray. Love this tray. Love the variations in the grapes, the two-tone leaves, the detail. But remember, I'm doing watercolor first, so it's not going to be detailed. And if you see, it's got a blue rim and then kind of what I call confetti. I'll put this where I can see it. Alright, now let's paint. Woohoo! Oh, I guess I should move you guys now, huh? You're gonna have to look at sideways because there's really nowhere else to put you. But that's okay, right? Because I'll show you. And remember, to me, watercolor is loose, so that's how we're going to do it. I guess I'll put it right here. I think I'll start with my biggest brush. What I did to get that dark green color on here is I just mixed my dark green on here with black right in the paint, because if you didn't know, with watercolor you can just get it wet, and if there's a paint mixed in with another color, get it wet and just wipe it out. It's that simple. So that's why I mix right in my paint. Otherwise, I wouldn't do that. But watercolor is super simple to fix. So I went a little more detailed than I thought, but here is my watercolor of the tree. And I'm really happy with it. And I'll show you all of them together at the end with the tree. So that's one done. Let me get everything cleaned up and put away, and then we'll do the oil painting. Okay guys, I switched out paints, got my paper from my oil paints, and we're ready to go. Here's all my colors. White, two different yellows, orange, and I guess I can tell you, lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, cadmium orange, emerald green, hooker's green, cerulean blue, violet lake, and black. Because this is not, I don't have a light purple, so I'm going to have to mix white and the purple. And I might have to mix the emerald green with light and the dark green with dark. It just depends on how they look. Got my brushes, and this is where we're going to see if Dawn dish soap will really clean oil brushes. So again, I'm just going to freehand it. I'm not doing any type of sketching beforehand on any of these. So I'm just going to put a little of the cerulean blue down for our edge, and I'm just going to use a little bit of it, well, maybe more than that, because I want a solid edge here. And keep in mind, I don't work with oils at all, so the feel is kind of odd. It's fine, just have to get used to it, so that's why starting with the edge is a good place to start. I am not loving this green one. I mean this oil one, guys. I can already tell you. Oils are not my thing. Just not loving the texture, the feel of them on the brush. And that's fine. I tell you right now, you're not going to be good at every medium. Just, you know, it's like embroidering. You like to embroider, or knitting. You like to knit, but you can't crochet. Or you love to crochet, but knitting bores you. You know, you're just not gonna like every medium, and that is perfectly normal, and that is perfectly fine. Okay, now I think what I'm gonna do, because I just can't with these like this, I'm gonna take my yellow, my lemon yellow, and instead of using a paintbrush, I'm just going to use it like a big old crayon. And I tell you, I like that much better. Using it like a crayon feels much better than trying to paint with it. Yeah, drawing with them like a crayon works much better, but I still don't like it. But it works much better. So if I'm going to use oils again, you will see me doing just what I did, using them like a crayon. And that is fine. If you have a medium and you only like using it in an unconventional way, do it. It's perfectly fine. But this is the oil. And next we're going to do the acrylic. But let me... Alright guys, we've got a much bigger piece of paper. Let me see. And we are doing acrylics now. We're going to start with purple. And I will say this about the oils. I would much, oh, I want to say this about the oils. The Dawn dish soap cleaned them up like that, got it all off my hands. It's amazing. So Dawn dish soap for oil paint is amazing. I don't like working with oil paints with a paintbrush. Using them like the tubes like a crayon, that's fine. But like I said, I already had some issues with oils like the curing time. I'm just not an oil person, and that's fine. Now we're going to do acrylic. This is what I use 99.99% of the time. Watercolor is the other 0.00001. You know what? I need to do the blue first. I've started the blue every other painting. I don't know why. I'm just brain dead all of a sudden. Not doing blue. Let's do the blue. Pretty blue. And I can't read half the colors on my acrylics anymore, so I'm not sure what kind of blue it is. It's just blue. And I'm going to use the worst brush I have over here for the blue because I want to use the other ones for the rest of it. So we're just going to make a big old oval here. Okay, that's good enough. It doesn't have to, well, I'm going to make both sides solid. This side's not solid as that one. And I always paint from my acrylic lids or the bottle. I don't know. I don't mix paint most of the time unless I want a certain lightness or dark. Because I buy every color under the sun. Just who I am. I didn't go to art school. I just learned. I've drawn and written stories and poetry and everything since I was a kid. So that's what I have always done it. So I don't mix color. I mean, I could. I just think it's easier to buy. Especially because I use 98 cent paint. Alright, so dark grapes. We're going to do kind of right here on the crease. Hi guys, I'm back from the doctor's appointment and wanted to show you the beautiful platter. And now I'm going to show you each painting. Remember, these aren't meant to be tight reproductions like a great master would do, but these are the way. So I'm going to show you my interpretation of the platter in the three mediums: oil, water, and acrylic. This is the oil, and if you watch me do this, I don't like oil. I like kind of using them like crayons, but doing any fine line painting with them, I don't like it. But I will say Dawn dish soap gets oil paint out of your brushes and off of your skin without any harsh smelling chemicals. But that is still wet. My finger just turned blue. I do not like oil paint. Okay, this is the watercolor. This is my watercolor. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. And I left it flat. I didn't try to give the platter itself any dimension. I was mostly capturing just the blue rim and then the pretty fruit on it. So that's the watercolor. And then the big one, I can't hold the platter and the big acrylic. I think I could have put in more fruit than was actually on the platter this time, but overall, I like how it turned out as well. I think I could have put in a couple more grapes and just kind of ad-lib some in there. Because not quite yet used to working on paper in a journal, not used to working in a sketchbook this big yet, but I do like how it turned out. And the acrylic's already dry too. So that's good. So the acrylic's dry, the watercolor's dry, the oil not so much. Okay guys, so to wrap up this 3 medium painting the same thing, I really like the control I have with the acrylic paint. I like that it dries fast, that I can layer it because it dries fast. I like the watercolor. I surprised myself with this watercolor because I had a lot of control and I'm very happy with it. The oil paints, I don't like that they're still wet. I don't like that it's a thing. Even cleaning them with Dawn dish soap, which is wonderful, it's a thing. It takes forever. And it's hard for me, because I don't use them all the time, to manipulate them. And I don't want to create images that look exactly like something. You can take a photo for that. That's me as an artist, okay? That's my artist perspective. So I will say I'm going to stick to acrylics and watercolor, which surprised me. I might start doing a little bit more watercolor because I actually did enjoy that, and I'm surprised at how good it turned out. So anyway, let me know down below in the comments which one did you like best, the watercolor, the acrylic, or the oil. And if you paint, what do you use and why? Do you like acrylic because it dries fast, or watercolor because it dries fast? Or do you like oils? Tell me why. I would love to know. Thanks for being here. As usual, guys, you are all awesome. If you're here just for the art, I'll see you next Wednesday. If you're here for everything, I'll see you on Friday. And if you're a paper crafter, you might not be here, but if you are, I'll see you on Saturday. Yeah, it's not Friday, it's Saturday. Guys, take care. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye-bye.